Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And I know, we said we'd do these type of things once a month, but I couldn't help myself. It's Tuesday, it's Turtle Tuesday, and this van that we've all been heavily waiting for to drop just dropped out of nowhere. We knew we had a few teasers, but the NECA Turtle van has been officially revealed. So this is like a mini episode, if you will, sort of 4.5 in our little lineage of Turtles and Tea, and we're just going to focus on the van. So we're going to talk about the NECA van, we can compare it to the Super 7 van, we can talk prices, pre-ordering, all of that good stuff. But you know I cannot just sit here and talk to myself. I don't like doing that. It makes me look like a madman. Instead, I'll bring on some special guests who can talk Turtles with me. So first, we've got the Super Turk 5000, the co-host of Turtles and Tea, and then from across the pond to give us that always unique perspective, we got illustrator extraordinaire Alex Ironhead Sanchez. Welcome, gentlemen.
How's it going, Dan?
Hello.
Pow.
Hello, everybody. How's it all going? I mean, this has been an interesting start to the week, all right?
Yeah, so hopefully this will live on the YouTube for the replay crew. So if you are on the replay crew, let me know in the comments. This was a surprise stream. Didn't really promote it. I think I let people know about an hour ago. But I asked Alex, I asked Tana, I said, let's talk some Turtle Van, because we've been waiting for this. Like, everyone, when the Super 7 one came out, as much as everyone loved it, everyone had in the back of their mind, but what about NECA? But what about NECA? We knew it was going to come, and it did. Like, me and Tanner were speaking about this just last week, because they, with their last pre-orders, they had like a little tease, didn't they, on the back with it said Turtle Van coming soon or something like that in the sewer. And I said to Tanner, my prediction would have been San Diego Comic-Con time. I was even asking if San Diego Comic-Con was happening, but I was like, right, we're going to see it in July. We're going to see it this year, but it's going to be in July. But nope, they decided to keep this pre-order train rolling. And if you thought you were broke now, well, you're going to be broke after this. So I don't know how I'm going to fund this just yet, but I'll find a way, because NECA have, of course, announced their Turtle Van. And let me put it up on the screen. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, so let me read the spiel that they put out last night, and then we'll go around and get first impressions from you guys, okay? So this went up on the NECA Instagram yesterday, late last night, basically announcing the pre-order is going to happen today. Turtle Tuesday, Turtle Van pre-order. Just as the Secret of the Ooze pre-orders ended, they're carrying continue. This is 4 consecutive pre-orders in a row. So that's 8 weeks, essentially, we've been able to pre-order Turtle-related products from NECA. So the blurb says, based on the classic 1980s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon series, roaring straight out the sewers and down the streets of New York City, it's Donatello's greatest invention, the Turtle Van. The Turtles will stomp the Foot Clan flat with the Mighty Mobile Commander Center, with measures 14 inches long, 12 inches tall, 8 inches wide. The Turtle Van features rotating roof cannons, hinged doors, rubber tires, opening shell roof, removable laser seat, foot tenderizing side doors, LED lights, which I like to see, and more. So packed with features, yet there's still room for all 4 7-inch NECA Turtle action figures sold separately. Comes in classic collector friendly throwback packaging. So that was what they put up last night, as well as these images that we're seeing here. So gentlemen, let's just go around and see what our first impressions were. Tana, were you surprised to see it so soon? And what do you think now we've seen it on in all its glory?
You know what? I'm very surprised. It's literally come right now. It came out of nowhere. Yeah, we got the odd tease. I'm gonna liken it to Cody returning last weekend. But it's a case of
Worst kept secret.
it came exactly.
Yeah.
We all knew it was coming, especially with this van as well. We knew it was coming. It was just a case of when. It is dropped. I'm feeling. I've got some mixed reviews on it. To be totally honest with you,
Okay.
some mixed views on it. I think it kind of. It looks very like straight and narrow, like a box kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think it
you
could
said
have
it was
done with a
boxy,
little
Tanner.
bit. Yeah, I think it could have done with a little bit more like curves, just to make it like look like a vehicle kind of
We'll
thing.
investigate. We'll break it down. I've got some more pictures and stuff. But first impressions, surprised to see it so soon. But overall, just overall thoughts. Like, you're obviously in, right? You're getting this.
I've already pre-ordered.
There
it,
you
so
go.
Yeah,
There
obviously
you
I'm
go.
in.
There
So,
you
yeah.
go. What about you, Alex? You sent me the picture when it got announced yesterday, so you were clearly excited to talk about it too.
Yeah, it's so funny how you said in the intro Donatello's greatest invention, because you have to let everybody know at least 5 times during a stream who your favorite Ninja Turtle
Well,
is.
it's the best turtle, isn't it? So it just needs to constantly remind people.
Yeah, of course. I don't know about you guys, but I like my vans with big old roof booties
Yeah.
because I agree with you, Tanner. I'm still getting this. Once I figure out how this whole installment thing on Shop Pay works out, I'm gonna order it when we're done with the stream. But I'm so excited. I think it looks great, and I'm glad we're gonna get into comparing it to the Super 7 and whatever else you have up your sleeve.
Yeah, so as I said, we'll get into that a little bit later, but there are basically 3 options. So in 2022, like literally 30 years after the debut cartoon and the toys appeared, and it sort of got into the sort of zeitgeist of pop culture, it's 2022 and we now have 3 options to buy a turtle van. We've got this Super 7, this NECA one, and then I believe it's called the Underground Arsenal tortoise van. Not quite turtle van, tortoise van. So I've got pictures and we'll compare all 3, but let's continue sort of dissecting this. So first, let's talk about the thing everyone wanted to know first, and that is quite simply the price. Okay, when we're in this collecting world, there's so much stuff to talk about, so much stuff to collect, and the Turtles line has been thick and fast. As I was just saying to you guys, it's literally the 4th straight pre-order. That's 8 weeks of pre-orders from NECA themselves. So if you've been pre-ordering, yeah, exactly. So if you've been pre-ordering everything, we are talking hundreds of pounds, hundreds of dollars, like multiple hundreds. Do you know, like it's been an expensive, like, and we haven't even got any product to show for it yet. These are all just pre-orders. We're basically just giving money to the thin air, just hoping these stuff come. But anyway,
well,
this is even before the H word none of us are going to mention on this stream. Okay.
Well, still, anyway, we were all curious what the price would be, and a lot of people were guessing, especially after the Super 7 one was pretty high. Like, it's no secret, the Super 7, people wanted the van, but the price sort of priced them out because it was
what was that again?
$500. Yeah, so it was a lot of money. A lot of money for the Super 7
So
one.
irresponsible.
Says the guy with all these hot toys in his collection. But okay, carry on. But anyway, the price, $250 is the price, right? And just for the UK perspective, I haven't exactly checked out yet, but I did go through the motions. I went to PayPal. $8 flat rate shipping. Take that, Hall of Fun. What's all that about? Bloody hell. So $8 flat rate shipping. So all in, if you're in the UK and you're thinking about this, Tanner can confirm, but it came up for me on PayPal £205 all in. Is that about right, Tanner?
Yeah, it sounds about right. I believe I was charged that as well. 205, brilliant. It's less than half the price of the Super 7 one, which is better than I was expecting, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah. What about you, Alex, with the price? Were you happy to see that price?
Yeah, it came in under what I was expecting. I thought that it would come in at least 300. So this is, and over here it's $15 flat rate shipping. So, and the checkout before I hit the button or wasn't allowed to, it came out to like $268, I think, something like that.
Do you just have to put tax on top? Like...
Yeah, they add tax, but it's not much.
Okay.
So, yeah, just bravo on price point all around.
Yeah, I think
It looks great. Look at it.
I know.
I
think NECA
you
had the
said
advantage.
rubber tires in the
Yes.
description. I didn't know that.
Yes,
Yeah.
rubber tires and
Yeah.
LEDs and LED lights as
LED
well.
lights.
But LEDs I knew
Brilliant.
about. But damn.
Yeah. So yeah, look, just skipping through these pictures here. It says you can fit all 4 turtles in. So it is, like you said, a little bit boxy, right? A little bit boxy. But it seems like the 2 turtles can sit in the front seat. Lots of room in the back. The roof panels open up, which happens in the show. In the actual intro of the show, the roof panels open up and the turtles jump out of it. Do you know, like, so that is super accurate. And also, like you were mentioning at the start as well, you said there you liked yours van with a big booty or a big roof booty.
Yeah.
That's also accurate to the show. It did have a sort of turtle shell-esque roof.
It did, but I do think that Tanner is on point with it is a little rectangular in shape. And I was explaining this to my friends, which you guys are aware of, is that cartoon, the animation wasn't very consistent.
Yes.
So like a bunch of guys, I looked up, like as soon as I saw, I was like, that roof looks a little bit too, big of a dunk. Let me go check out the animation cells. And it's kind of all over the place. It still is. I mean, yeah, it still is a little bit too thick. But there are some pictures where it's hugging the fin, and then there's some pictures where there's more of a gap. So we're splitting hairs.
Yes,
Really, I don't care. I think it looks great either way.
There's a picture of the roof opening up, like we were just saying. The side doors open, but yeah, as to Alex was saying, the show wasn't very consistent with its animation. Like they sort of, as I said, it's a cartoon. So if they needed 8 people to fit in the turtle van van got bigger.
Yeah.
Do you know, like if they needed a big cannon in the turtle van, there's a big cannon in the turtle van. It's a cartoon, of course. So the show took liberties with the design, that's for sure. But so NECA had a lot to work with to create this sort of amalgamation.
Right, and as designers, they have some liberty too. I mean, you can clearly tell if you compare this one to the Super 7 one, which we will, which one is modeled after the toy line and which one is modeled after the animation line. So,
and that's something we got to keep reminding people as well, because the casual turtle fan, like obviously this fan is an iconic piece anyway, like whether you're a big Turtles guy or not. I think the majority of people that grew up in the 90s, late 80s are going to recognize the turtle van. But the differentiating sort of factor between the 2 lines, NECA and Super 7, are Super 7 are sort of creating a tribute to the original Playmates toy line, where NECA are trying to stay true to and make accurate figures for the first time ever, accurate representations to what we've seen on that sort of original 1980s cartoon. There's a lot of people that sort of picking where their nostalgia lies, whether it's with the toys or with the cartoon. If you're a sucker like me, I'm sort of dabbling in both. Like,
you can't make a choice.
Yeah, I can't. I'm a sucker. Tanner's the same. But this, like you said, undoubtedly, it is the cartoon. It's the cartoon. Simple as that. Mark Tat jumps in. Thank you very much for the super chat. He says, this gives me hope for a NECA foot cruiser. And yeah, that's a whole nother conversation, Tanner. But thank you very much. Yes, but if this goes well, floodgates open, right?
Exactly. I mean, you can see so many legendary vehicles that can come out with the cartoon line. You got the Neutrino Star Cruiser,
right?
You got the Turtle Blimp. You got the
drill
module.
Yeah, the module thing.
Module thing. The drill. You've got that. You've got, hey, if you want to go bigger and badder, the Technodrome as well.
Yes.
There's so many options that they can go forward if this sells well. And I imagine it will.
This works the same for both, by the way, as well. NECA and Super 7. If their vans sell well, then it sort of gives them both the confidence to sort of explore other vehicles or play sets in the Turtle realm. What were you going to say, Alex?
Well, I was going to say a few things. One, what about like the smaller stuff, like smaller vehicles, like the skateboard with the fan in the back? That stuff is maybe things that can be sold as exclusives through Target or wherever. But let's not forget also what has been teased after this is a play set. So I mean, anything's possible to come out with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Randy's like, as again, if you're into this Turtle NECA world, then I'm sure you're aware. Randy has sort of teased heavily with Pixel Dan, etc., that they're thinking about doing some sort of sewer playset that fits underneath the city diorama. So like once you have it all displayed, it will just look epic. Now we need a extra side street to park our bloody van. But
a garage.
yes, exactly. But yeah, I remember some of the play sets as a kid. I remember having like a bathtub that had wheels or something, and there was like an inflatable, some sort of inflatable donut or something that I'd sit in. I remember having like loads of little mini play sets, but like the bad guys have got to get a vehicle as well. Like whether the neutrinos, we've all just probably pre-ordered the neutrino 3-pack. They've got an iconic vehicle from that original sort of mini series that they debuted in, and then Shred. I think they re-released that in the Playmates days of Shredder. So again, we're talking both NECA and Super 7. Obviously, the Turtle Van, the Party Wagon, whatever you want to call it, had to be their first avenue in this vehicle line. It had to be the gauge, the interest, and then they can sort of see where they go. But continuing to look at these pictures, I really like how the inside actually has like the panels, and it seems like, I don't know for sure, but obviously these panels must slip in and slip out depending on what you want to do.
Yeah,
I think they slip against the back door. Based on some of the pictures, it looks like they slip on the back door, so you can take them out when they exit. I think.
Okay.
So
let's go back to their door. See, when you open, so we've only got limited pictures. These are the same pictures, by the way, that are on the pre-orders. The pre-order is live right now. For anyone watching, anyone on the replay that sees the thumbnail, if you want your Turtle Van from NECA, as we've talked about the price already, you can get this now. I think the pre-order's live for 2 weeks on the NECA store. Order direct. And as I said, I think the pricing, considering what it is with the shipping, is pretty fair. Like, we're in a weird world at the minute. Everything's getting pricier. And I think $250, yes, obviously we'd all love it to be $100, $50. Give it me for free. Of course we'd love that. That's not the world we live in, all right? $250, I think, is very fair for the current climate of the world. So bravo to NECA on that.
Every time I've ordered from the NECA store, it's always been $15 flat, no matter what it is. No matter how many things are coupled together, it's always been $15 flat.
This is why I was bitching about Haulathon. The whole last episode of Turtles and Tea was just me moaning about Haulathon. It's literally Haulathon are meant to be in collaboration with NECA, but yet it's $60 to ship Rocksteady and Bebop, the two robots. It cost more in shipping than the 2-pack. So the 2-pack cost $50-something. Shipping was $60-something. I was like, no, I'm out. I'm done. Forget you, Haulathon. So fair play to NECA, as you said, always keeping it fair with a flat rate. But going back to some of the pictures, as I said, it seems like, and again, I guess none of us will know until someone does a video of this, but there is a video. So let's take a look at that. So I'll be able to play this on the screen. I'll keep the sound off, but we can all watch it anyway. So this is the animation on the NECA. This is on the NECA site right now. They've literally just posted this to go along with the pre-order. And bravo, NECA are killing this in a minute. I can't remember the guy's name who they hired. D something or other. Someone in the chat can help me out. But he is fire. He does the Gargoyle stuff. He does the Universal Monsters stuff. And
send me his Insta link if you have. I want to check out his stuff.
Yes, for sure.
I'll send it to you afterwards, Alex.
Okay.
I'll send it to you in a second.
He basically was doing this type of stuff. He did some stuff for Hasbro, and I think NECA very cleverly snapped the guy up, and he's doing stuff like this. This is very old school, doesn't it? It reminds you of the old school days where they've mixed the kids playing with the toys with the actual toys coming to life. So
and the little CRT line scans. It's like they made it look very retro,
beautiful.
Yeah. TV.
But talking about the panels, obviously this gives us a better look at the inside, and I do like that. As I said, the cartoon itself took liberties depending on what Donatello needed for that particular episode, depended what was in the van. But I think it still hits all the key points that when we have our mind's eye picture of the van. Like it's got the big the turtle shell on the front that says Turtles. It's got the teeth on the bumper. The light is a great touch as well, by the way. It's got the antennas at the top. It's got the big fin, the big spoiler at the back, which again is iconic. I love that the door opens up and you can either have the gunner on it or not. I love the gunner seat, by the way. I know they didn't use it all the time, but I love that option. It just looks so toyetic and cool. That's probably how I'll have it displayed on the shelf. I've already been measuring up my shelves, by the way, going, right, will this fit here?
Yeah, they gave us measurements.
Yes.
You guys remember what it was? It's 14 inches.
Yeah, they're here. They're right here. So we got 14 inches long, 8 inches in sort of depth, and then the 12 inches tall. And again, just quick comparison. I will bring up some pictures as we go through and go back to the Super 7. But basically, there's this picture here on the internet which basically takes it takes all the bigger scale sort of HasLabs and third party stuff. The Super 7. There's a Unicron there. Anyway, all the big toy collectibles have been sort of amalgamated into this sort of thing so we can see the scale. So you can see here, and I've made a little close-up of the Turtle Van NECA versus the Super 7.
Well, their line is about an inch bigger.
Taller, so it makes sense.
So the Super 7 one for scale is 20 inches. Let me go back to this picture real quick. So the Super 7 one, just so you can compare it, as I say, is in length 20 inches, in depth 13 inches, and in height 12 inches. So they're technically about the same height from floor to spoiler. It's just the thought of the depth and the length of the Super 7 is going to be bigger. But again, I've got some pictures of the Super 7, but that's probably give you a good sort of there's the Sentinel for next to it, for example. There's a is that the barge next to it as well? There's a Razor Crest, but they look big and impressive. And if you can fit all 4 turtles on both of these from both of their respective lines, that's all you need, really, right?
I mean, I'd like to get April in there as well, to be totally honest with you. So
my plan is, right?
Stop being greedy.
My plan is, because that April Super 7 figure is so terrible, she's going to be driving the Super 7 van, so she's hidden away in the van. But doesn't this make you want to get multiple turtles? Like, I know, like, we're being idiots, but
no, Dan.
Super chat.
What are you talking about? What nonsense are you talking about? Getting another set of turtles.
Smiling face with heart.
No. You're good.
Laser Pants, by the way, the super chat real quick with the $9.99 super chat says for sexy Alex. So thank you very much, Laser Pants.
Miss him already.
I know, yeah. Sad times. He's still in the YouTube zeitgeist.
He's lurking.
Yeah, he's around. We appreciate you, Laser Pants. Thank you very much. But that's just it. I say that sort of jokingly, but then I'm sort of not joking as well, because like
I know you're not.
Because if I'm posing the van, right, you want the turtles to be posed with the van. But then if you've got a separate display where you've got all your main characters, you need the turtles there as well. So like, luckily for me, I've got 2 sets already. I've got the original 4-pack, and then I've got the Turtles in Disguise anyway. Do you know, like, so I will be able to have a couple of sets. But like, that's not a stupid thing to think about, right?
No, it's not. And NECA have already got 4 versions of the Turtles out there.
Yeah.
So it's a case of you can have multiple ways to display them.
Yeah, and they make them different enough so it justifies it also, getting another set.
So again, going through these pictures before we jump onto the Super 7 just and have a look at that again, so then we can do our proper comparison. When you look at this, as I said, it's our mind's eye. They took liberties, but it's still our mind's eye version of the van. What just first impressions of what would you change? Is there anything you would have added or just changed? Just personally, Tanner?
I would make the front a little bit more curvier. Just a little bit more curvier. So
it's not
to
like
make
flat.
It actually look like a vehicle. Yeah, so it's not flat. It's just a little curve, so it looks more like a vehicle. That's the main thing I would do.
What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I agree with Tanner. It's like, think of it if you have a hollow cardboard box and you just press down on it slightly to where the sides kind of open up like that. I think that's kind of what's missing from this, and lower the. I love big booties, but you gotta lower that a little bit. But regardless,
ain't nothing wrong with the badonkadonk.
I don't disagree, by the way. Like, it does look quite like boxy, as you said, but I do think once you've again, however we display this, once you start opening doors, getting the turtles on there, sort of bringing it to life a little bit, I think those dimensions ain't going to stand out as much, because we're just looking at it right now plain straight on, and we're critiquing it. But as soon as you start, as I said, posing the turtles with it, as some of these pictures do, again, like now I've got to decide how I'm going to pose the turtles. I love that Donatello and Michelangelo there enjoying some pizzas just on the roof, parking up somewhere, letting the sun set, just eating some pizzas. But
it's a way I can display all the pizza boxes that come with all the other figures, just sprawled across the floor, just like so it looks like a mess, like somebody's apartment, single person's apartment when they haven't cleaned. Pizza boxes everywhere.
Do we have any ideas on how the USB lights are going to work? They've not officially said, have they? Like, there's not a remote, it's not Bluetooth, is there a button? Like, they've not give us details yet.
No, they haven't said anything.
Okay.
Well, if you look at the picture you've got on, just above the lights, it looks like there are two buttons. Two little orange buttons. That's probably how they turn on. You tap them and they turn on, or you tap one and turn off.
If you look at the cartoon picture, you can actually see those little orange lights. It's just like headlights, isn't it? So like, so that is
they're
accurate.
blinkers.
Yeah, exactly, indicators. Yeah. I'm thankful. By the way, I've got the retro turtle van, and the thing I hated about that, as much as it's super nostalgic, I hate putting stickers on myself. I hate it because I'm never born right. I've always got a little air bubble. I've always like crooked, and then I'm trying to peel them off, and then I ruin the sticker. So I'm actually very grateful that it doesn't seem to be any stickers on this turtle van, and I like the compact size as well. Like I am getting the Super 7 one, obviously, anyway. But
is that one using stickers, or does that sculpt it on?
I believe it does. So let's jump to the Super 7 one real quick. Let me bounce along. Okay, so back to the Super 7
I thought it was stickers. It does look like it is stickers.
There you go. There's stickers. But again, the Super 7 one is meant to be like a representation, a tribute to the retro toy, not the cartoon. So obviously stickers make sense because that original toy had the stickers. Same with the door. This door sort of flops out and it lets the cannons, the sort of like tanks, fall out. I think there's a picture. I don't know if their official name, but here's all the stuff that comes with it. So yeah, like this looks very different. If I bounce between the two, let's try and get a better picture there. Go back to that. If I bounce between the two, you'll see that even the colours, like the colour palette, is a little bit different. Like. And so for me, as a Turtles fan, I think it's very clear that they represent two different things. Like, I see the toy elements in this. I see the resemblance. And then I also see the cartoon elements on this. So I think they've both done a really good job at representing the source material that they're both attempting to represent. And there's definitely a distinguishing feature between the two. And I think for a lot of people out there, they're not as crazy as me and Tanner, and they're not going to buy both. Like, we enabled Tom, Mini Plastic Multiverse, to get this. And he's even now going, wait, do I need the Super 7 one? The NECA one's so good. But I'm like...
However, if anybody was to also pick the other one as well, the Tortoise van, then you be going to that next level. I don't even know where to put that one now.
Yeah, shout out Red Foreman in the chat with the super chat. He says NECA or nothing. And I have put a question up for the live chat. It's just basically asking the question, what turtle van are you buying? Okay, so we're currently at about 37 votes. 43% say NECA, 5% say Super 7, 19% say both NECA and Super 7. So we're not on our own there, Tanner. And then 32% say no turtle van for me. But I understand.
Wow.
I'm curious why you're watching Turtles and seeing not getting a turtle van. You maybe just a collector, but
I'm surprised by those numbers, Dan. Actually.
Yeah. So we'll let that poll, and I'll come back to it before the end of the stream. But yeah, if you are watching live and you're lurking, even if you're not chatting away, I get it. But click an answer in the chat as we're live, and I'll read those answers out at the end, or the results out at the end. But I've just to answer that question between ourselves. Obviously, I'm both. Tanner's both, and you're definitely in for
just
this
NECA.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Have you got any of the Super 7 stuff?
No. I mean, I think it's great. I actually, compared to everything else Super 7 has done, I've heard the most positive response from their Ninja Turtles line. It's so funny how like these two vans, they both have like the same primary colors, but they're very different from each other. The paint apps on this, it's like completely different shades of yellow and green. But just the design and everything is just completely different too. But I'm just gonna get the NECA one because I don't collect the Super 7 line. But I'm curious to hear why the percentage of people that said that they're not gonna get it either one, like even the NECA one, is it because of the price? And let us know, guys in the chat.
Yeah,
or
please
is it
do.
space? I'm thinking space would be probably a major option.
Space is always
'Cause they are
yeah.
big boys, didn't they?
Space is a problem
Yeah.
for Tanner right now, so that's something he needs to start thinking about
Yeah.
in advance. But yeah, please let us know in the chat, and I'll read a couple out. If you're not getting these, why not? If you're you're obviously watching Turtles and Tea because you like some turtles. So let us know why you wouldn't buy the van, because this is, for me, it's synonymous. It's iconic to go with the turtles. Like if I'm gonna have one display on the shelf,
Right.
it's the turtles with the turtle van. Like all the other side characters, as much as I love them, can fall to the wayside. I need the van and the turtles because that's hits all the nostalgia points. Shout out to Mike Hex as well, the super chat. He says they need to let us know what axles are made of. Yeah, just like we were saying a minute ago with the LED lights, they've not really give us every detail. NECA are like that sometimes, where they give us enough to let us make our decision, but then some of those niggly details we're not too sure about. We know that the wheels are made of rubber, so we can all assume that the wheels move, so they're on some type of axles. What the axles are made of, I don't know, Mike, but maybe someone will get hands on or a prototype soon.
I think we'll soon see like Trevor or Randy do like a Pixel Dan.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Some-
I'm available as
probably
well.
have
If I'm available, Trevor,
Yeah,
Randy.
there you go.
Me and Tanner are available. If you want to send us an early copy, I can drink some tea and talk some Turtle Van. But just looking at the interior real quick. So here's the interior of the NECA. No seats. Doesn't look like any seats. It's all just Donatello's tech and computery bits. But it doesn't look like I can see any seats. You can see ladders to go up to the roof as well, because obviously the roof opens up. But no seats at all. Compared to
in the cartoon, sorry to interject.
Go on.
In the cartoon, they never really showed any seats in the turtle van. Anyway,
Exactly.
more often than not, they were standing.
Exactly.
So-
This is just I'm just pointing out the differences between the two. But yes, you're completely right. In the show, they were standing up. They were always using tech in the van. Let's be honest. There was always a new gadget or a new laser or something or other. So I'm completely fine with computers and stuff. I actually was missing that about the Super 7 one, but then I understood the Super 7 one represents something different. And comparing the two right here, you can see the Super 7 one is literally just seats, because that's what the toy had. The toy just had it didn't even have any sculpted detail. The toy was just I don't know, flat plastic seats that the turtles didn't even sit in. You just have to throw your turtles in the back there, close the lid, and imagine that they're sitting in there. The turtles couldn't sit, but now they can in this. So I don't mind them doing this sort of seat. Even the dodgy seat belts, duct tape on the seat. Michelangelo's got his boombox, but no type of computers or any tech on the Super 7 one. You do get a bit on the dashboard, and I've tried to look for a picture of the interior, and you can see here a little bit. Obviously you can see a steering wheel, but you can't really see the front of the dashboard, so I don't know what type of details on the front of the dash, but I'm assuming that's not going to be flat grey. They're going to put something on there.
Fingers crossed.
And do the doors open? Do those front doors open?
They do indeed. Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
They showed it
'cause
in
the
the,
video. They showed
of course.
they were getting out the front doors, weren't they?
Yeah, of course, there you go. Let's have a look at the video again. There we go. So there, zooming off. There's Donnie, Mikey. There you go. There's
And
a
you
bit
get
closer
a
look.
look at the dash as well
Yeah.
in that little section.
Definitely something on there. I can't see it entirely, but definitely something on there. So they're coming out the side doors there, not the doors where
The front doors.
the front doors, yeah. The front doors probably do open, by the way, but I just haven't seen an image yet where they're stepping out of the driver's seat. You know what I mean, though? Like stepping out the driver's door. I haven't seen that open yet, that's all. But it does seem like there's...
Did we imagine that? Maybe they don't.
I've definitely not seen a
Probably.
picture. I've definitely not seen a picture, that's all. And it's not in that video either. The side door's open, but I've not seen the driver's and passenger door. So I'm just curious how you put them in, because we know the back opens up, so the doors must open, right?
Yeah, it has to open up. Well, yeah.
Yeah, curious.
It wouldn't make any sense if they didn't, because it'd be a nightmare to get them in the front seat. Just
They've took pictures of this, right? So somewhere this sort of resin prototype 3D printing thing exists. Let someone look at it. Send it to Pixel Dan. Send it to Veebs at the Fuchs. Send it to Dan Who Reviews. I will look at it and do an overview, and I'll answer all these questions. I'll tell you what the axles are made of. I'll tell you how to turn the LED lights on. I'll tell you if the front side doors open. To be honest, we don't know these slight details yet. I do think maybe these are decisions they still have to make internally. They're just trying to get numbers in. I don't know. But the rubber's a wheel. The wheels clearly spin. The side doors open. The roof's open. There's loads of hinges as well with the antennas on the top. So yeah, there's a lot of gimmicks. Back to the Super 7, and again, The Super 7, like, yes, the back opens up, which is a new gimmick to the front. The whole front top opens again, it's like the toy did. And even the front of it, it seems, has that sort of, I don't know what you call it, the sort of...
the windshield guard.
Yeah, the windshield guard, there you
thing,
go.
yeah.
So that's different as well on the Super 7, because that's what the toy had. And also where the antennas are and all, and even the little, that little satellite, that's all very much... a tribute to the toy. That's not something on the cartoon. The cartoons one looked more like that. Like, so again, for me, they're very obviously represent two different things. But maybe people out there, do you reckon anyone out there collecting Super 7 got priced out by the Super 7 van and thought, do you know what, I'm going to buy these for my Super 7s?
I don't think these will fit the Super 7s, to be totally honest with you.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's maybe just to have as a display piece, but to have the turtles sitting inside, I don't think the Super 7 figures will fit in here. It won't work. What may happen is they may decide, oh, hang on a second, NECA's got a turtle van. Let's get the Super 7 turtle van instead so that my turtles can fit inside. Who knows?
Yeah. So there you go. There's the two. But that's not all. There's not just two. As I said earlier, there are currently 3 options to pre-order a van. So I think the pre-order window's already come and gone for Super 7, so hopefully you got that locked in. The NECA one's open now for 2 weeks. But there is another. And it is, now I don't know much about this company. It's a third-party company, but I can read what's on the website. So they're called Underground Arsenal. Right, and all I'd seen was these pictures. To be honest, I hadn't really investigated too much about it. I'd just seen a few pictures here and there. And they've got the Loyal Subject turtles on, which are a little bit shorter. Like, they're a lot shorter.
Yeah, so that might mean that it's a smaller scale one.
Exactly. So I'm thinking this is like even more smaller. So literally they start going down in scale. But the price on this third party one is literally, what? Is that $9, $11 cheaper?
11.
Yeah. So like... I do feel sorry for this company. Like, I know they were trying to fill a gap in the market, but
it's kind of backfired.
NECA are here now as well. So I did find a video. I don't know if anyone's seen this. I'll keep it on mute. I don't want to get hit with any copyright. But I don't know if you'd seen this. This is a video of that Arsenal one, and the video, it makes it look pretty good. Like, there's Donatello creating his van. And this video makes it look better than those pictures do. And it gives you a better concept as well of the doors and stuff opening. So I
think the angle they've got it at makes it look a lot bigger than it probably is. It looks wider.
A lot of the plastic's flat as well. There's not a lot of sculpted detail, if you know what I mean. Like, it's like just a lot of flat yellow plastic.
and their green palette is a little too dark, if you ask me. I mean, it feels like they're kind of, if this was made for the best action line to fit in, then they kind of didn't make a decision as far as what they were going for, because it looks like it has like the color scheme of the toy line, like more of a Super 7. Well,
to be fair, you're not wrong.
It just looks like it's a mixed match of like the cartoon and like the toys, but I don't know. I mean, that's a cool little function right there. How the gun pops out.
I agree. It's an amalgamation, by the way. I completely agree. It looks toyetic from the outside, but then as you start looking at where the antennas are, the door, it looks like the cartoon. It's like they've sort of...
I mean, the 2 cannons on the top are from the cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the wheels are from the cartoon, but I don't know. It's like it's the flat roof, even though it's kind of curved, like in the way that the NECA one should be. Like, it's still flat, like the toy, so it's kind of like an amalgamation of everything.
I just paused it there for that's a NECA. That's a NECA Donatello sat on there. So it seems like they do fit, maybe perspective or whatever. But let me keep going through. So their front door's open. There's Mikey.
Yeah.
It's really wide.
Yeah, it does look really wide, doesn't it?
Oh, that's cool. On the other side.
Also, the front is a lot more curvy.
They've even got a gear stick as well. As I said, I hadn't seen this video, and literally I got up a few links to play for the stream, and this video I hadn't seen before. But I actually like this more after seeing the video. I think what it has on what the other two don't is like the play functions with all the opening panels inside of the van. Like, you can get from the front to the back.
Yeah, I like that.
Opening a panel, you get the right and the left side. exterior of the van opening up also. You get the back. I mean, that's pretty cool.
I'm literally putting the link to this very video that we've just watched in the chat because, again, it's only got literally just under 2,000 views. So I don't think a lot of people have seen this video. And this is definitely, look at the light in the middle as well. Like, it just.
Well, she put a just to highlight.
To show off. Okay.
Yeah, it's a portable light that she just put there, or they put there.
That's still a nice idea though. It shows off everything inside really well. But it's a really good look of that van. So again, this is our third option between the two. Now, for me personally, this is just my personal preference. As much as I like supporting the independent, the smaller companies, etc., doing stuff I like, I'm always going to choose an official product over a third party when it comes to something I love, like the Turtles. As much as I appreciate how good this looks for a third party product, I think they've done a great job, and this video represented it really well. Just for me, it's like I'm always going to go official because
just for me too. It's just like as far as like when you go with a third party, unless they have like a pretty lengthy track record, you don't know if you really don't know if like this thing is going to ship out on time, or if these companies are 100% trustworthy.
We don't know that about NECA, to be totally honest with you. It's the case of I get where you're coming from. And I wholeheartedly agree as well. It's a case of, I would always go with the licensed one as well, because it's specifically made for that brand.
And it's made for the figures. It's made for the figures.
It'll always blend in with your collection, the official stuff, better than anything else, you know?
Tom in the chat was asking for the dimensions of this vehicle. So there you go. So they do it in centimeters rather than inches. So you're going to have to get your converter out, but you got 44 centimeters in length, 30 centimeters in height, and 29 centimeters in depth. So they're all a tiny. I think this is just a little bit maybe shorter, but a little bit wider than the NECA one. But I could be completely wrong.
So what was the width on that?
This was 29.
29.
Oh no, that's in depth.
Okay.
Is that what you mean?
So the depth is 11 inches. What's the centimeter width
on the NECA one?
No, on the third party.
44 centimeters in length.
44. So that is 17 inches wide.
Okay.
Oh, in length.
So it's kind of in between the two, isn't it?
Length.
Yeah, so 17 inches wide. I want to know what the centimeters are for when you look at it straight on, because it looked much wider.
29 centimeters.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
yeah, that was depth. Sorry, that's what I was saying. Isn't thickness? My bad.
So it's 11 inches. All right.
So Mini Plastic Multiverse has just worked out. It's 12 inches tall, 12 inches wide, and 18 inches long.
Okay, I'm going to write that down because I've actually got a comparison of all three sizes, and I'll drop it in the chat for you because this is the type of stuff that people want to know.
You're so thorough, Dan.
So I let these super chats read out while I'm doing that. Thank you very much.
Robert Monty donated $5. Super 7 wagon all the way. The quality is no comparison between NECA and Super 7. I also let my 5-year-old son have supervised play with the Super 7 stuff.
Thank you very much, Robert. He said the super chat, Super 7 wagon all the way. The quality is no comparison between NECA and Super 7. And I'll let my figure culture play as well, and I'll come back to it.
My figure culture donated $4.99. This Og Turtle van is awesome. Gives me hope we'll eventually see the Neutrinos Cadillac Cruiser from NECA Star Struck. Hooray Pizza Turtle. Cheers, gents. Jeremy at Jedi_Hunter83.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. So I'll read both these super chats out. So Robert, first of all, said Super 7 wagon all the way. The quality is no comparison between NECA and Super 7. I also let my 5-year-old son have supervised play with the Super 7 stuff, which is very good. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Sharing the things you love with their family, that next generation. And then my figure culture, Jeremy at Jedi Hunter 83 on Instagram. He says this OG Turtle van is awesome. Gives me hope we're eventually see the Neutrinos Cadillac Cruiser from the NECA. So yeah, that's what we were talking about at the start. Would love to see more vehicles, and I do think NECA will do more vehicles if this now we're never. But it's not a Kickstarter or anything like that. So we're never gonna really know like how many they sell or what they make from this. No one's gonna know apart from people working at NECA. But if they do another vehicle or some other playset, we know that they're pretty confident, and we know they're confident with their turtle line. But yeah, let me drop.
I mean, it's the most in-depth line they've got at the moment, right? Aside from maybe, no, I can't think of anything as in-depth. Maybe the Predators and Aliens, but,
Aliens,
yeah.
But that's got years on it, years,
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'm putting these dimensions down, and I'm going to put them all in the chat. So we got 18 by 12 by 12. Okay, so there's your dimensions of all three. I'll put them in the chat if you want to know. Super 7, NECA, and the Underground Arsenal, all in inches. And if you want to know them, I'll just hit me up on Instagram and I'll show you.
They showed off the prototype, the unpainted prototype for this a month or so back, right? Maybe?
Yeah, it was on a Facebook page. I did find those
Right.
pictures earlier, but I thought may as well show off the color
Yeah,
ones.
it's just I don't think anyone. I don't remember if we talked about this off of the air or live, but I don't think any of us really expected the NECA van to drop this early. It's kind of came out of nowhere.
As I said at the start, like me and Tanner spoke about it when they showed those teas. I think with Usagi Jimbo, they teased a poster in the background saying
The back of it, yeah.
like
And then last week they had a little tease as well with Mikey and Mondo Gecko skating next to the van, which they are using a picture in the same picture in one of the promo pics. So
there it is. Yeah, they just showed up a close up of that. I genuinely, as I said, I thought we wouldn't see this until I knew we'd see it this year, but I thought July. I thought Comic-Con season. I thought that's when you sort of release the big items. But again, like I'm curious from NECA. Like I know NECA are confident with their turtle line, but like. Give us a break, NECA. Let me get to another payday first. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I know
we're not allowed money. NECA wants it all.
Seriously,
NECA wants it all.
like I want to give you my money, NECA, but like I also need to pay for electric and gas and everything's going up in prices. Like, just give me a second, NECA. Right? Let me catch my breath for a minute and I'll give you.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I couldn't get everything. I missed out on the Zach and what's his name? The Cooking Ninja Turtle.
Flash.
Yeah, and the Army Builder packs. I'm just gonna have to get them in the wild. And I opted out of the accessory pack and the part 2 turtles because of this. You know, it's like this when that ended, this started. So it's like can't get it all, man.
You've definitely got to pick and choose, and again that goes with every line. Like I make so many wish lists, and I've got stuff in baskets on certain websites that I wish I could check out from, but I'm like I can't. I've genuinely just got to start picking and choosing the stuff I love, and as I said, like I love my Marvel Legends. That's no secret, but they're closely followed by Turtles, and if they're the two, if I could only keep 2 lines in my collection, it would be Marvel and Turtles. Especially this cartoon line. I think that's my bread and butter. Yeah. But the movie stuff, as we talked about in the last stream, Secret of the Use is my favourite movie out of the 2. I agree, it's not the better movie, but it's the one that I have the most nostalgic attachment to. So I think I went on everything. The only thing I've missed out on recently is the Holophon stuff because it's such a sloppy mess.
It's a mess, and so is the Loot Crate stuff too. That stuff's been delayed forever.
Oh,
they've blocked Tanner. They've blocked
Loot Crate.
They've blocked Tanner.
They blocked me on Twitter. Yeah, so I'm not allowed to tweet them anymore. So to say, but come on.
Yeah, I don't know anything
It's
official,
been a year.
right? But we've been reading stuff online, and it seems like Loot Crate, the company, are going through some financial issues themselves. And before they're allowed to ship anything out or anything, they've got to deal with that. I don't know. That's just rumor, innuendo. I don't know any facts. I just read what I see online, but you can't believe everything you read. But there's definitely something kabuki-ish going on. That's all I'm saying. There's something that's not right. They told us the second crate would be shipping in. They actually technically said second and third crate would ship in March. And we're now in April, and none of those crates shipped. So I just want Dark Turtle Donnie, all right? Skip the others. Just get me Dark Turtle Donnie and I'll forgive you. That's all I want. Donnie and Scratch. I want the cartoon ones. I don't need Lobster Shredder. I want Dark Turtle Donnie. That's what I need. Okay, let me jump back to these. So these are we've got a group on Instagram and they were sending me these pictures. I don't know who got them or where they're from. Mike was posting them, but I don't know if this is like actual sketches or what.
I think those it's like design pictures, right?
They might be what
official.
they call them. They might be animation like Bible sheets, what they call them. It's like
okay.
they give these to animators, and that's kind of what they have to go by when they're animating. But you know, as we see in the actual animation, people kind of waver from what you know. But it might be that. Yeah, it might be original. Who animated it? Was it Sun? No, can't remember.
Nah, Sunbo was G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, yeah.
But again, just looking at this comparison here of the NECA van compared to just that one particular image from the cartoon, it looks pretty good. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it could be a little, like Tanner was saying, a little bit curvier.
Yes, on the
maybe
front as well,
slightly longer, and the booty's got to, you know,
come down a little
bit.
maybe.
But you know, I can totally live with this. You know,
I think they made
proudly
those...
display this in my cartoon turtle line.
I reckon they made those decisions consciously to, you know, maybe keep the price down.
It could be some engineering reason. It could be for display. I don't know. There could be reasons behind the scenes that we don't know about that just are common sense. You know, something that we're missing. I don't know, but
yeah, there we go.
It could be also. I mean, did they? I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but did they say when it's estimated?
No, they said it would go.
Oh, not delivery.
Yeah, they said it will go into. Basically, it's made to order. Is what the NECA. I'll go to the NECA website. We can see for ourselves. Here it is. So it's literally says due to the nature of this pre-order, all sales are final, limited to, and it's literally made to order. So it said somewhere that it will go into. I don't know where I read that, but it said it will go into production once pre-order window's over. But there's no date anywhere on the site, unfortunately.
Scroll down in the description to see if it says anything about. I'm sorry, Dan, to make you go back.
No,
if it says anything about the front doors opening.
I think there was a picture. There was a couple of pictures on that show the front doors open. Maybe on those design pictures, but. Yeah, I think there are some pictures that show the front.
I just don't know where these design pictures are from. I've just found them.
I've
just found them in our group. It was from a Facebook group. It seems they just looked interesting. They look legit, but I just don't know for sure. Let me jump back. As I said, go back to these and let's see what official pictures NECA give us. They've just literally given us the same ones from earlier.
No,
they're the same ones from Toy Arc. They're the same ones. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
There you go. Confirmation. That I'm happy now.
And the other side opens too.
There you go. The front doors do open. That's good to know. It's the little things. Because I might want to pose a turtle like stepping out of the car or like with the window door open. I don't know. The windows, I'm guessing, are like clear plastic as well. I couldn't tell if they were. They're stickers not stickers, but they're not actual mirrors, are they? On the side mirrors.
They'll probably be like the window, the plastic in the street diorama.
Yes, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I would like actual mirrors though in the wing mirrors, but I doubt they'll make that happen. It's just like they've got the tune
Super
lines.
7 has them, I think, right? They have actual mirrors.
Yeah, they do, I think.
Yeah, there you go. Actual mirrors, yeah. Not wrong. But
I chose the animation cell design over the actual mirrors. I mean, it's...
Well, they gave us lights, though, which is definitely great.
And rubber tires! Oh, my God.
Yeah, that just means better quality. It seems like the back tyres are bigger than the front ones as well. But again...
Oh, yeah.
That's
for sure.
It's sort of accurate to the show, and not from that image. But there's the third-party one. There's that one.
It's just different choices, like especially like the third-party ones, cannons, compared to the NECA ones. The third-party are chunkier. A little bit looks like they're a little bit shorter, and the NECA ones are long, kind of Q-tip length. But
there you go.
It's just different choices.
So final thoughts then, Jen, on a turtle van. Like as I said, I'm like, I know people are gonna, now this is out, I know people are gonna be that have pre-ordered, people that are reluctantly pre-ordered the Super 7 one may be thinking, I can buy 2 of these for the price of the Super 7 one. I'm out. Which again, our friend Tom, he may be. But I do applaud you. If you have been buying both of these lines and you at least have the Turtles from NECA and Super 7, the van's such an iconic piece, and none of these things are going to go down in value. I promise you that much. Especially the Super 7 one. The only other big product they've made so far is Snake Mountain, and that on the aftermarket now is up from its original
over
pre-order.
1,000, right?
Exactly. It's the same with the HasLab sort of thing. Try and get a Sentinel at the retail price that they sold it for. You weren't going to get it. So like. These things are expensive, yes. No denying it. I completely agree. They're expensive, but we're adult collectors indulging in our nostalgia. Like I can go and buy some crack if I wanted to. I'm an adult, but I don't. I'll buy some plastic crack instead. You know what I mean? So I'm going to stick with both. Get both, and I'll do a comparison. I'll be the guy that does it online or whatever. But I think. It's going to be harder for me to display the Super 7 one. I know that for sure. But I do think I'm going to be comfortably able... Because I've got like Billy bookcases, which are like 11 inches deep. I reckon like I can spin this on an angle and... I don't know. I reckon I'm going to display this. I think I'm looking forward to seeing what people do with this. Like,
yeah.
I'm not even an
think
ACBA guy.
You think this will fit in a DTOF?
Yeah, I think this one will.
Maybe. Yeah, I think it will fit.
Because I have the other vans in there, and they kind of fit. But
we need to get. I'm going to go and get my tape measure out and start measuring up the retro one, and then I'll come back with a secondary video telling you all the measurements, and we'll just do a proper logistics episode of Turtles and Tea. But final thoughts, Tanner, on the Turtle van. Obviously, you're in. Final thoughts.
I'm in. I'm going to be. I'm very happy with it. As I said, there could be minor nitpick improvements, but that's the same with anything. I am liking it. I'm looking forward to receiving this. I'm looking forward to taking a picture of this one, the Super 7 one, and the 2004 Turtle van. I've got just in like a drag race sort of scenario.
Turtle drag racing. I've actually got the Mattel RC Batmobile that has smoke and lights on. So I'm going to have Batman racing the Turtles in
which Batmobile?
It's the NECA RC one. It's 1/12 scale Batmobile from Ben Affleck. The Batman vs Superman
the Justice Mobile.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's got smoke and lights. Like it's so good. I never get to drive it around anyway. I get to drive it like 2 foot forward and reverse it. That's all I get to do in my house. But still. And by the way, before I go to Alex, let me know your final thoughts and I'll read a couple of the chat out before we get out of here. I appreciate people popping in now. I think people wanted to talk Turtles. This will forever live in the YouTube atmosphere anyway, so let me know what you think of this Turtle van in the comments of course. But if you're here live right now, nearly 60 of you here, let me know your final thoughts, and to end the show I will read some of your thoughts out, of course. And also remember to click the vote on the poll. All right, I want to know what you're buying if you're buying a Turtle van. Like for example, Tom just says I'm still in on both, Dan. I'll take them both for a test drive and decide if I want one or both, and compare the pros and cons. And that's the best way to do it, I think.
Yeah, because if you want to sell it, then you'll get. I mean, I'm not. I
like getting things in my hand anyway. Like if I casually like something, I need to get it in my hand and then make a decision. The problem is I always end up liking the things I get in hand, which is. But my plan is just sell my actual Toyota Aygo and just drive my Super 7 one to work. Do you know, like I'll Fred Flintstone it. I'll just kick out the bottom and just run it to work.
You know what? I'm to be honest with you, Alex will know what I'm about to say. I'm very glad this came out when it did, because I was pondering making a very questionable decision.
Oh yeah. You were thinking about those Zero Turtles.
Questionable decisions.
Oh,
I'm so glad this has come out, and they're like, nope, I'm not doing that anymore. So
wow,
yeah,
so that is very true. I forgot about that you were on the fence. Very close to hitting that click button.
We've all been there. I'm still hovering over the click button on the 1/12 scale Toon Turtles. I keep seeing Donatello smiling at me. I know all these sub websites like, then I'm trying to backtrack and get Raph, and then Leo's on his way. I'm like,
you mean the 1/6 ones?
Yes, the ones.
Or the big ones,
scale.
The big ones.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I just wanted to stand next to me as I'm doing Turtles and Tea. I could just be like, there you go. But Alex, final thoughts on the vans? What your head is? Would you like both? Which are you getting? Final thoughts?
No. I'm not getting the Super 7 one again, because I don't collect the line, although I do appreciate what they're doing. But I think this looks great. Like Tanner said, no real big complaints. I'm not trying to split hairs with this thing. But I'm just trying to figure out. I'm going to pose mine with the hatch, the roof open, and somehow figure out a way to get the turtles kind of flying out of there, like with the and like the intro of the cartoon.
Yes, that'd be genius.
Yeah.
Maybe get some
That'd be
fish
brilliant.
wire or something, but
You can get
Yeah,
some flight
but-
stands in there, like the clear
Yeah, yeah, you
plastic
could.
flight stands.
Yeah.
Stick
Yeah,
them
yeah.
up.
yeah, that's what I did with my 2003 van. I have them kind of flying above it on an incline, which is why I was questioning whether this one will fit in a DTOLF, because that one I had to put like on an incline because it wouldn't fit in the DTOLF, and I think they're kind of about the same size. But we have so many other questions still left, and Trevor and Randy, if you're listening, I know you are over at NECA. Give Dan Hu the exclusive, man.
Yeah.
Pull out the prototype.
Look,
I mean,
I'll
you
sit
will
there
not
with my
find a bigger Turtles fan
Heck, I'll
in
tell you
the
what,
toy
give us-
community. So
Give us
yeah, give them the
both
scoop.
exclusive. We can do like a comparison video on a Turtles and Tea to be
Yeah, there you
close.
Look, yeah, I'll sit there. I'll fill my Turtles and T-Mug up, Nick, all right? And let me talk some Turtles with you, all right? Like, don't
Right.
worry about the numbers on the YouTube, all right? Like, I'll figure
Yeah,
that
it's
out
not
later.
important.
But here's
Fine.
the
Not
intro.
about
Let's,
quantity. It's
let's
about
look-
quality.
let's look at the intro real quick. I want to see this. I want to see him jumping out the screen, the van. I don't even know which intro this is. There was multiple versions. Okay,
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
This is
Here we
the
go. Here you
original
go.
one. Yeah,
Here
yeah,
you
this
go.
is the
There you
original-
go.
There you go. There's April. See, April's got to drive the van as well. This intro is
true.
forever iconic. Forever iconic. Right, I'll stop it before I get hit with copyright. Right, beautiful. Let me read out some from the chat and then we'll get out of here. I thank you for everyone contributing with the super chats and stuff today as well. As I said, this was a very spontaneous stream. That's for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so. Mike Figure Call Check says you probably have to go through checkout and select payment for installments. Oh, okay. People are trying to figure out the installments. Did you figure that out, Alex? Because you were asking about that.
No. Right before we came on, I was in the process of doing it. I'm like, I can't figure it out because I got to send me a code to my phone. The code isn't
Yeah.
coming. I tried too many times, so I have to wait. It's like, but I'll figure it out.
I think it's done via the shop.
The pay shop or whatever
payout.
it's
Yeah,
called,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You can pay in 3. But whether or not it works,
Mike-
yeah, with PayPal, they got the PayPal credit, so that's
PayPal
kind of
credit. So PayPal credit's pretty good because you can pay for it or commit to paying for it, and then you get 4 months interest free to pay it off. So you get 4 months to pay it, and you can pay off as much as you want within those 4 months. As long as you clear the debt within those 4 months, doesn't cost you anything extra, which is perfect. And there's also paying free as well, so you can pay it in 3 installments via PayPal. So PayPal's always an option. I don't know if it's the same for the US, but there's options. Mike Heck says have Daredevil crossing the road in front of the turtle van. I like that idea. For people who know, you know. But my figure culture said I'm definitely getting 1. If I can swing it, I'll grab 2 of them. Limit is 2 on the website as well, by the way.
Yeah.
I did see that earlier. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, like jumping back to the website real quick, you can see here 250 and limit 2. Because I thought about it, lads. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought about it. But I'm an idiot. And I think I've just heard the missus walk through the door. So one will be enough. One's plenty. Chris with Collect with Chris. He says I was going to stop with the cartoon NECA line, but NECA got me with a turtle van. Yeah, I think the
You can
turtle.
stop after this.
I think the turtle van though are going to bring up the demand for the turtles. Do you think how hard the turtles are to find right now? Like it's called the turtle van. You need the turtles. So like. Go and find some turtles now before this van comes out. You've got time.
Yeah.
Well, they're
you got that full pack with the Holophon
Right, they
for
just
everybody
released-
in America, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They just released them.
Traitor says Techno Rover, Turtle Blimp, Neutrino Cars, the red and the blue one, the Mutant module. I need them all to be done. I agree. I will live in a little toon town. I'm not even joking. I'll move my bed. I'll just sleep on the street of this 112 toon town.
No.
You can be the Godzilla in that New York Turtles town.
Just
Yeah.
need a pillow. It's fine. Mini Plastic Mortifer says, can you not just do PayPal and free? Yes, you can. You can do PayPal and free. But again, I don't know if PayPal's the same across the pond. I don't know. But we can for sure. Okay, going to finish the stream with the poll. So at the start of the stream, I literally asked the question, what turtle van are you buying? Okay, and I give you multiple options here. So 51% of the vote said they are buying the NECA van. 8% said only the Super 7 van. 13% say both NECA and Super 7, and me and Tanner are both in that 13%. So's Tom as well, Mini Plastic Multiverse. it might be us three that make it to the 13%, to be honest. And then 28% that says no turtle van for me. But no one really jumped in to say why not. People are just pressing no, but then lurking. We know you're lurking, all right? We can. You're lurking, all right?
So 8% said they're going to get the Super 7 one?
8% only the Super 7 one. And people in the chat
I'm not surprised by that.
People,
again, I'm surprised by the amount of people that said they're skipping out on any of them.
So who was it that said? So let me replay that super chat by Robert real quick. So he comments on just getting the Super 7. So I'll replay this by Robert real quick. Take 30 seconds.
Robert Monty donated $5. Super 7 wagon all the way. The quality is no comparison between NECA and Super 7. I also let my 5-year-old son have supervised play with the Super 7 stuff.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Robert. So in his super chat, he literally answered that question, Alex, and said, Super 7 wagon all the way. Quality is no comparison between the two. And you are paying double the price, so the quality should be better, in my opinion, as well.
Is it, guys? Because I don't have the Super 7 Turtles, and you guys probably have both. Quality-wise, like,
yeah,
does it?
No complaints. I know Super 7 gets a lot of shit from their other lines, and again, I can't speak for that, but from what I've got in hand, I've never had any QC issues with Super 7. They feel like premium products. Again, I can only talk for what I've got, and I've got the Turtles. I've got all 4 of the Turtles, and then a lot of the side characters. But I know...
Yeah. Well, those would be the ones that you should be able to compare.
Yeah.
So, I mean... with mine, it's just a case of they're all fine. Sometimes from what I've seen, the hip joints can be a little bit loose on some places, but it's hit and miss. Same QC with everything.
You can murder a man with Rocksteady or Bebop. They are big, hefty pieces of plastic. Honestly, but they that's not a knock. Like they just. That Bebop and probably Bebop over Rocksteady, but both of them are very impressive representations of Bebop and Rocksteady in figure form. Maybe some of the best versions of Bebop and Rocksteady in figure form. Because I was going to just get the 4 Turtles. That was my first thing with Super 7. I was like, right, I'll stick to NECA, just get the 4 Turtles with Super 7. But then I seen all the hype over Bebop, because Bebop was in Wave 2. And obviously he's one of the main characters from the cartoon, and I love Bebop and Rocksteady. So I thought, okay, let me just get Bebop. And then that was like, okay, I need to keep Bebop. Now I need Rocksteady. I can't have Bebop and Rocksteady without Shredder. I get Shredder. So, like, it's a dangerous, dangerous rabbit hole. But you would be impressed, Alex. I do think. Yeah. You would be impressed. Like, but again, from my, I can only speak from my experience, though. And I know people are, again, I've listened to many Infinity Equation where they're not liking on Super 7.
Well, the rap, it's not really like the quality. I think it's more of like the articulation that's always been the rap on those guys, at least on our show.
Yeah, but for me personally, and again, I'm not an ACBA guy. The reason I'm buying action figures is not to pose them up in the most articulated way and take photos. Right. I'm buying the figures for what they represent, for that nostalgic attachment. I just also enjoy the game of collecting and picking up what I need, and I collect for different reasons. Everyone collects for different reasons, ain't they? So
I'm more like you, and I've said that to the guys on the show a few times before. It's some of us, we all might collect the same thing, but we might have slightly different reasons why we collect.
Yeah.
And like you said, Dan, I am not so big, even though I haven't always been impressed with the Super 7 stuff. I don't necessarily collect for articulation. I collect for the aesthetic and the look and the way it's displayed and all that, the nostalgia and all that stuff first. But
especially when it comes to the Turtles as well. Like for me, I remember playing with Turtles as a kid, and that literally just their arms just did this. They didn't do anything.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
So we're spoiled now with what we get.
That's why I try not to be so critical of this NECA van. It is boxy and rectangular, and like all the other things that we said, a lot of other things, but some of the other things that we pointed out about it. It's like, oh my God, if we had this back when we were kids, imagine.
I know.
Imagine if we had this. Just think, and like all the time in between, from the time we were kids to when we're adult collectors, if we had that at any point during that time, oh my God.
Just think just think if you compare this to the retro van now, the Playmates retro van, compare the two side by side. Obviously, that is no comparison to what NECA are about to give us. And yet, like, we played with that retro one. Well, I did, because I was the right age. Yeah. Like it was this. In my head, I was playing with this.
Exactly. But imagine it. If I had this when I was a kid, Dan and Tanner, I would have done a Ninja flip outside my window in excitement.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Again, if you've got, just think, parents now are our age and like trying to get their kids into the stuff they love. Like, and Robert in his super chat was saying he lets his 5-year-old son have supervised play, which is great. So just think, imagine being a 5-year-old kid playing with these things that accurately represent what you can also see on screen. Like that was the one criticism I had with multiple lines as a kid, whether it was Aliens, Jurassic Park, whatever it was. The toys never looked like the actual context, the actual film, TV show, cartoon. Where now we live in the generation where the cartoon turtles, it's exactly what I watch. That's why I love it so much. That's why I love it.
Yeah, so much. It speaks a lot to just the advancement and the maturation of the designers and the artists and the sculptors and the painters and the planners and the creative, all these people that really were fans, they're our age.
Yeah, I mean,
now they're making toys.
And they're in control, right?
Now they're in control and they're in the positions of power and they have those same thoughts and feelings. It's slowly that generation pushing out. And like
they want it to look like the cartoons. They want it to look like the toy line, a better version of those things. So
exactly.
So imagine, again, you can imagine people in the late 80s trying to sell Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to some old executive who grew up with no cartoons on TV. Like,
now we're the old executives.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And we're like, give it
Although,
us.
I've just had a thought, what with this coming out, if this sells quite well, if they do a VW bug from the first movie as well, a VW van from the movie as well.
Movie vehicles.
I would be all over that. That's the only vehicle they need. The VW van.
Yeah.
Bang.
That's it.
I would be take my money now.
Gentlemen, that's how I'm ending it, because it's going to start off a whole nother whirlwind of conversation if we go into movie vehicles. But gentlemen, thank you very much for talking to me today. As I said, I was so itchy. I was literally physically itching to talk about this turtle van, because it happened late last night. It was late in the UK when the news popped up. It was near midnight, wasn't it? So like, not many people were around to even talk about it with. So I've literally been working today. Knew we could talk about this with you guys. So thank you very much. So Alex, as the guest, as I said, our turtle collecting friend from across the pond, co-hosted the Infinity Equation podcast. Tell the people where they can find you online and plug anything you want, my friend. Floor is yours.
Well, thanks for having me. I rushed through my baby's pediatric appointment to get here.
We appreciate it.
Because I was just as excited and itchy as you were to talk about this thing. But you guys can find me on Instagram at Ironhead77. You can find me on my Facebook art page. Just search Alex Sanchez. And you can find me Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Infinity Equation show.
Have you found a host yet? Found an extra host?
No. I think we're just kind of coasting and letting things happen organically.
I reckon you should do some sort of game show to try and get a new host. Try and get a load of contestants and every week like question them or something like that.
Well, my idea was to make a Ryan puppet.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's funny. But yes, please make Dante talk about this. This is relevant news. He needs to be talking about it. All right, good man.
He cannot not talk about this.
But Alex's Instagram is literally in the description of the video, so you can click it, go and follow him, and it's on the screen the whole time underneath his face. It's right there. So go and follow him. Tanner, please, where can the people find you?
So Instagram and Twitter, SuperTurk5000, just underneath.
There it is.
This follow. We just recently passed my 1-year anniversary and hitting 300 followers. I would like to get that up a little bit. So
Posting every day. That's an
follow,
achievement in
post
itself.
every day.
Yeah.
Yep. Need to come up with something today. Probably be Turtles related.
Of course, it has to be.
Going with the Turtles and Tea theme. I need to think of something. Put my brain to work whilst I got things going on in the background. But give us a follow and
perfect. Thank you to everyone in the chat as well watching live. I don't know if I'm going to do my credits, or maybe I can. I can do my credits real quick if we get out of here. So thank you very much to everyone supporting and contributing the stream for this very, as I said, very spontaneous live stream. As I said, this news only broke yesterday late, and we've all been at work today doing our own bits and bobs, but we made it happen because we needed to talk about this van. So thank you very much to everyone who contributed. Mark Tac, Laserpants, Red Foreman, Mike Hex, Robert, My Figure Culture, and thank you to the new subscriber as well. Yes, he, kill something like that. Thank you very much.
Yes, chick.
Yes, chick.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, chick. And
chick.
Last plug as well before I get out of here. This Sunday is of course where's my screen? This Sunday is the year anniversary. By the way, I'll throw it up now. Year anniversary of Legends and Liquor. Legends and Liquor was a stupid idea I had on my main show, just an excuse for me to drink Copperbook and talk about toys again. And we've been doing it for over a year, and it's been a lot of fun. So Legends and Liquor is going to be happening this Sunday, the 1 year anniversary episode spectacular. I'm thinking about doing something crazy where, because it's called Legends and Liquor, I need to start showing people I can drink my liquor. And like every super chat, I drink a shot or something like that. But my super producer's telling me that YouTube will kick me off for doing stuff like that. So I need I need to check the rules. But that's what I wanted to do.
I'll tell you what, I'll do that. I've got work time off coming up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Anything comes in, I'll be in the corner just getting drunk.
Let's do it.
It's not like I have work to wake up for the next day.
I'm just going to press go live on Legends and Liquor and be like, right, let's just do this. Who wants to jump in the chat? I'm drinking. So yeah, that's this week, by the way. Maybe dangerous, but it's still, we've got lots of stuff to put, and I'm sure we'll talk about the Turtle Van once again, and I'll ask some of the other people what they think, because again, everyone loves things for different reasons, what they're buying, what they're not. But until then, people, go and check out the last episode of Turtles and Tea, where we did basically bitched and moan about Haulathon just for a little bit, but then we did break down all of the Turtle news from the last month. There's been a lot of pre-orders, a lot of NECA stuff, but other stuff as well. So the link is literally right at the top of the description below to go and watch the very last episode of Turtles and Tea, where me and Tanner recap the month that was in Turtle toy news. Today was just a special bonus episode, 4.5 in our lineage, to talk about the van. So once again, thank you very much to the Super Turk 5000. Thank you very much to Alex. And again, thank you to everyone who joined us live, everyone jumping in as we went live. We appreciate that. But this will forever live on YouTube. And yeah, let's get out of here. So see you on the next one, people.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.